last video, self-driving. Yeah. So that's why self-driving is very important. So we have four people, actually, the so-called PT Penderitaan. Same like other nations who measure the quality of your country about your nations. Why? Because they can work together with others. Yeah, something like this one. Okay. Uh, who want to give a summary for my presentations? Can you do the summary? Summarize it? Okay, Madi, please.
Okay, you can call me Chandra, actually. Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. I think the lesson learned today is about accepting ourselves and accepting our failure and to be very grateful of everything that happened in our life. I think that's all. Okay, thank you.
Chandra, want to be okay? Sakina?
Um, One of the lesson that I've learned today is never stop learning, and everything is worth to learn, even if it's a bad thing. And also being a leader, it's actually a battle with ourselves. Yeah, and I think.
Okay. Thank you, Sakina. Who else? Want to summarize? Lisa? You have something in your mind?
I think that we can learn today is the same with other. We should accept ourselves, and we must appreciate what we have and develop more.
Okay. Very good. Okay. Indah, you want to say something to summarize it? Do you have something? What is the lesson point that you
Okay, thank you for the opportunity, Prof. I think in this lecture, I learned about how to accepting our flaws as person to become a successful person, and to the best way to a great successful is to learn and overcome the bumps in that pathway. Uh, uh, the more bumps we overcome in the pathway is will make us appreciate more our successful.
Denzel, you learned something?
Yeah, I learned that we have to be confident in the set of skills that we have. And I also learned that a true leader will always find a way to accomplish what he needs to do. He will not make any excuses, but he will be focused on the goals that he has to do so that he can or she can accomplish it.
Okay, good. Who else from Philippines? Ladies from Philippines? Huh? Suzanne? Huh? I know some word in Philippines. Irung. Tenga. Right? Something like that. Say something. What do you learn? Whatever you want to say.
Just like what the other people have said, the most important thing that I've learned is for us to be good leaders. We have to accept that we make mistakes, and we have to make sure that we learn from these mistakes, because it's these mistakes that make us better as leaders and as people.
Very it's good to make a mistake while you are a student, right? But when you are directors, don't make a mistake, right? Small mistake is fine, right? But be responsible for whatever you did. Yeah. Any questions? Oh, okay. Putu.
Thank you, Professor. I have a question. Actually, how do you convince yourself to have a courage to confront, um, what is it, failure, especially when you're a leader and you have responsibility with your team? Thank you.
I just go to the mirror and talk to the person that I saw in the mirror and talk to him, encourage him. Yeah. If I do something bad, I'm very fast doing introspect. I introspect myself very fast. Yeah. If I say something not good, I apologize on it. Yeah. It's very simple. Make it simple. Yeah. And to encourage yourself, just go to the mirror and talk to the person that you see in the mirror. Who is that person? Yourself. Yeah. Okay. Next, siapa tadi? Okay. You, Fitri.
Okay, thank you, Professor. Let me introduce myself again. My name is Fitria from Tanjung Priok University from medical education major. And thank you for opening my mind, Professor, and in a new perspective regarding to the many training that I've got. This is the different one because the one thing that I've got from the another training is like is a leader. As a leader, and you want to be a success person in the future, you have to make time investment, Professor. That what I've got, and what is in my mind is just only this. If I read the materials before this session, and then how do you suggestion about time investment that we talk about the past and today and the future that we know we as a human never always do the mistakes, and that will be a learn for our life. And how about if the time we can use the time, but what kind of the time that we can use to nowadays that will be the investment future that regarding to the leadership development in ourselves. And the second question is I heard that you say like a student after they graduate need to work more 5 years or several years to get the experience in the society. But how if the students when he in the college that always do a volunteer activities in the society, is he or she need also the experience in after she or he graduated from the college? Because I think it's not all of the students in Indonesia want to have an organization maybe or volunteer activities outside the campus or the communities outside the campus. They especially for medical student in my class, it's just I think I just alone who come to the society and come to the communities and
Okay.
talk too much with the society.
I
What do you
understand.
think about it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Voluntary is good. Yeah, you still learn. The most important thing is learning. What did you learn? You not only learn from the books, but you learn from different part of this world, from different activities. So you get something. The most important thing is learning. What did you learn? I met several people. I did a lot of things in this life, but I always appreciate for what I learned. Why? Because always there is a time for learning. There is always learning. The good one or the bad one. Still there is a learning. Sometimes very simple. Just learning from others, characters. Learning about creating something together with others. Yeah, solving problems. There is learning. Using something. Meet people. Yeah, understand others. Understanding yourself is very important. So doing voluntary job is very good. Yeah, it's also good. Yeah, in Rumah Perubahan, sometimes we got students from other countries. They stay in Rumah Perubahan and they learn something. Yeah, helping people go to somewhere and did a project and other thing. And I think that's very good for their life, for the future. Yeah, life is lived forward, but was understood backward. Yeah, it's depend on what person that you meet in the past. Remember this one: if you eat beef You cannot be guarantee. Yeah, you cannot be a cow, right? If you even though you eat beef every day, you couldn't be a cow, right? Agree? But how if you play with cow every day? Can you be a cow? Sure. What's that? You can be a cow. In what sense? Your behavior. Behavior. The same like when you meet people. Yeah, you play around with you play with someone that is the same character, the bad character. That's possible you can be a bad character, right? So choosing your community is very important. Yeah? Okay? Yeah?
Professor, what is the parameter of our ready for that? You say that if I want to continue in the master degree, that I have to work several years. What is the parameter that you say that person is
okay.
ready?
2 to 5 years. 2 to 5 years. Yeah. There is a saying that if you cannot learn psychology if you don't meet people, right? The same like when people go to business school. Actually, my background is business school and business school. Yeah. In the past, even today, there are some people want to go directly to MBA program from their graduation of the bachelor program. They want to go directly. But then in the U.S., when the schools in the U.S. hire those students directly to the university, and then they was selected by companies to be managers in the company. Most companies in the U.S. was suffering, declining, and then finally they found the problems because the business school hires students directly from theory to theory. Yeah. And those people say that the academicians said that, oh, okay, you cannot teach business by those who never be in the company, something like that. So American company failed because they hire those who doesn't have the fresh graduate, doesn't have experience. So having experience is very important. That's why today in the business school, good business school, hire student who has minimum 2 years experience, minimum 2 years. Yeah. But if you have 10 years, sometimes it's okay, but sometimes not okay too, because it's very hard. I actually took my business master program when I was 32 years old, so 7 years after graduation. At the time, most people graduate at 25. It's very hard to finish school at the time. Yeah, so 7 years. It's very hard for me. I forget a lot of things. Yeah, I'm among the old students in the school actually at the time. Yeah, but still you can learn. Yeah. Okay, I think I have to stop here. I know there are some questions, but I give you my email address, rhenaldkhasali@yahoo.com or rhenaldkhasali@rumahperubahan.com. Yeah, rhenaldkhasali@rumahperubahan.com. Thank you.